So you are an international dentist and you want to start applying for residencies in the US. How do you start? The first and most important thing is to find out what specialty you want. There are 12 dental specialties in the US which you can join to become an ADA accredited dental specialist. These are prosthodontics, endodontics, orthodontics, periodontics, pediatric dentistry, oral maxillofacial surgery, anesthesiology, dental public health, dental pathology, oral medicine, oral and maxillofacial radiology, and orofacial pain. So once you find out which one of those 12 specialties you want to pursue and look into which universities offer those specialties, it's important to keep in mind that every specialty, even in the same university, can have different admission requirements. So there's no one unified admission requirement for dental graduates. If there's one thing that's required for every international dental graduate to join a US dental specialty program, it's the TOEFL test. That is the one thing that I can tell you every school is going to require. Anything else is really going to vary from school to school and even different programs within the school. So it's going to be a lot of effort to go through each and every one of them, but it has to be done. Once you find out which university offers that specialty you're interested in, start noting down what the requirements are for every university. Whatever those requirements are, make sure you note them down and start working towards those requirements one by one. It's ideal if you can start from the easiest stuff and work towards the hard stuff, because that will help you create momentum to get things done. For me personally, I started working towards the MBDE test because I found out that most programs wanted that test to be done. So even though to me back then it was a big hurdle, I thought I would go for it and just jump in, because once I get it done, to me that would be enough motivation to get everything else done. Once you find out what the requirements are, once you start taking down those requirements one by one, you will be closer and closer to being able to submit an application to the program that you are interested in. It's really important to have an up-to-date resume. It's important to have a really well-written personal statement and extremely well-written and personalized recommendation letters. You do not want a generic recommendation letter to be written for you, because the people reviewing applications for specialty have seen so many applications over the years that they will know when they're given a generic recommendation letter. And they are not interested in someone who has a generic letter. They want someone who has a specialized, custom, made just for them, that really talks about them and really shows them what this person is capable of. Now, at the time of making this video, a lot of dental schools in the US still require at least some parts of the applications to be mailed to them physically. I know in some parts of the world that everything is online, but this is still a thing in 2021 in the US for dental specialty programs. So whenever you mail things for your application to a specialty program in the US, please make sure to call and check that they received whatever it is that you sent. Because if it gets lost and your application is missing that one document, then your application will not be considered at all. It is important to have a complete application before it becomes reviewed. If it's not complete, it will not be reviewed. So please don't put yourself in that position. And once you figured out everything and you're ready to apply, start applying. And what I mean by that is don't wait a whole year just to prepare yourself to apply. Whenever you get a chance, whenever you have everything ready, start applying. Now, there are many different ways to apply depending on which program you are applying to, but generally, most applications are either through an online portal of the university to which you are applying, or it's through a platform where you put in all your details and then you submit many different applications to many different programs just from completing that one form on that one website. That website is called the ADEA Pass. That's ADEAPASS. So complete your online forms, and even then, some programs would still ask you to mail in some parts of the application. And if you don't mail those parts in, your application is not complete. And if your application is not complete, it will not be reviewed. And you will not be considered at all. You will not even hear back from that school. But let's say you submitted everything, you submitted all the online applications, you sent in everything they need by mail. Hopefully you will start hearing back from schools for interviews. And these interviews are usually held in person, and usually there's a social gathering the day before where you meet the different people applying for the program, and you also meet the residents of the program. And it's a kind of an icebreaker where it just makes you a little bit more comfortable with the environment just before your interview. Once the interview is completed, again, there's two different ways. You either hear back from the program directly if that program is non-match. In 2021, there are still non-match programs. There's a lot of them. And there's programs that only work with match. What is match? That's a whole other thing for another video. But some programs accept applicants by calling them a few days after, and those are non-match programs. And there are programs who work with match, so you will only find out which program you got into at a certain day. It is usually in November for certain residencies and it's in January for other residencies. Whether it's right after your interview or on match day, hopefully you'll end up being accepted into a residency program of your choice. And those are all the steps to apply for residency in the US. It is a lot of work and it can be very daunting. And if you feel like all those steps are a lot to go through on your own and you need someone to hold your hand and just walk you through this long road, then Zoom Academy is the right place for you. To help you complete your application, to help enhance your application, to help enhance all your documents, to make sure you are as well represented as possible for the residency that you're applying to. This was just a quick video to show you the different steps you have to go through from finding out what program you want up until getting into a program in the US for residency. I will go into more details in the future about each and every one of those steps. If you have any questions, please share them in the comment section below. If you like this video, please make sure you hit that like button. If you know any friends who are interested in applying to residency in the US, please share this video with them. It can help them. If you didn't like this video, please share it with your friends so they know how terrible our content is. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.